Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Never End Podcast, the podcast open to everyone, especially Dragon Deer and Ryusuke Taguchi, the innovators of the pendulum teabag maneuver. I think we came up with another name for it. I can't remember it, but so it's the teabag maneuver pendulum thing. Yeah, my name is Luke. I'm your host of the Never End Podcast, and with me, as always, is left my harmonica at home, Mr. Andy. Say hello, Mr. Andy.
Hello, Mr. Andy. Hello, Luke. And boy, this is going to be something a little different for you guys today. We're going to change up the format today and talk about Junior Stankley on Never Open Podcast. Get ready.
Yeah, we are. Maybe my enjoyment of it was also elevated because I didn't have to take mega notes on absolutely everything I was watching as well. So I've quite enjoyed the tournament. Spoiler alert. But before we get into that, see, we're not even stressed, and we're going to talk about things that happened over 6 nights.
Yeah. There was no way. Well, we'll talk about it. There's no way to do this other than this way. So
no, it's the end of the year too, so things get busy. Things get, you know how it is, everyone. But just in case that you have time, dear listeners and viewers, there are ways you can contact and interact with us if you wish to. We are on the Tweety. I am at Grumpy2EB. Mr. Guy is at Drucifer Tweets. Collectively, we are at Never Open Pod. I'm going to see if we can get something else soon because I don't like the dude who owns that thing. He sucks. But you can also send us a written or voice email, neveropenpod@gmail.com. Also, if you have any of that Sasha Banks money, kick it our way. We have a Teespring store where you can you can buy merch that'll make you look, hey, never as fuck. I got there. Yeah, hell yeah. Also, if you want to see me do this intro, muddle through it either perfectly or, well, like right now, you can do that. We're on the YouTubes. Look us up, Never Open Podcast. Give it a like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. And you can see all the stuff that we're talking about as well as hear it.
yes, you can do all those things, and I appreciate folks that do. And if you don't, I don't really appreciate you, but I'll say I do. How about that? But so Luke, we were looking at the schedule. This tournament kind of snuck up on us. And if you don't know, dear listeners, every single New Japan show ever since whenever 2020 or whenever we started this damn thing, we have meticulously watched in detailed, written in the annals of our notes, everything that's happened and reported it back to you. We took a little bit of a break around like World Tag League last year. Kind of didn't take it very seriously, and it was more fun that way. So with this show sneaking up on us, these shows, and there was like 100 of them in 2 weeks, we're like, time to pump the brakes a little bit on how we do this. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would have been really hectic to schedule all that. And
I'll do that for the G1, for World King, or Wrestle Kingdom. I will go without sleep. I will rearrange my life. I'm not doing it for Junior Stankley. So no. Sorry.
Rest assured, a proper episode will be there for at least the show of Power Struggle itself. So we'll do a proper review and all that.
Of course.
Of Power Struggle, but all the stuff leading up to it, we're going to do this way. Nice and loosey-goosey, and we'll have a Yo diary at the end just to tease everybody there. I don't know. We don't get correspondence that much, so usually I don't tell people to the end, hey, we're doing a diary and stuff like that, but we've got a diary by Yo, and they're usually really fucking awesome and hilarious. So stick around to the end and you'll hear that.
Don't fast forward.
That's right.
You can listen on 1.5 speed, but not fast. That's not allowed. That's against the rules. So
no, absolutely not. Do you have any major news? It's not really much. Maybe some American announcements and things.
So Historic X Over. Some matches have been announced for that, including the Great Khan is going to be defending the King of Pro Wrestling title versus Susie Suzuki. And I'm fascinated about how that is going to work. I am like, Great Khan is going from loving women to fighting them. The story writes itself. It's like, I just can't wait to see that. That's amazing.
He is a lover and a fighter.
Wow. Great Okada
Wow.
can do it all. He's truly a Renaissance man, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he sure is. So I'm going to say, like, early on, out of all 6 nights, night 3 is my favorite because you know how you'll get to a tournament and you'll have a night or 2 in a row where it's just tag matches for the tournament.
Yeah.
And you have that one night where everything aligns perfectly. All the correct combinations of wrestlers are wrestling each other that night. That was my night 3. Night 4 was pretty good too, with the same sort of format, but it just didn't hit quite as hard as the previous
night. Night 3? Was that the Kurgan Hall show?
Yeah.
Oh, well, those are always a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
But we're not at Korakuen yet. We are on the road to power struggle with the Super Junior Tag League. So I'll just run through the results of night 1. And there is one group of people having matches in this whole tournament that I know you and I will want to spend on in great detail talking about. No shit, the Young Lions.
Yeah, they're fascinating. There's
adoring that shit right now.
Interesting story going on with the Young Lions right now. Isn't it interesting how like there's sometimes other stories take a back seat and then other stories kind of pop up, and here we are with a Young Lions story. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's it's gotten to the point where I'm like, I know this is going to be a 10-minute draw, but I want to see that fucking
So I'll go first.
Let's go through the results of night 1 of the Super Junior Tag League. So Daiki Nagai and Masatori Usada, they had a draw, and Usada had him in a brab at the time limit. So very close there. We got Yo and Murashima versus Paris De Silva and Jude London. Now, look, this is Yo's debut in the ring.
His big return. Triumphant return. Yeah.
Anyway, the Velocities, which is Paris De Silva and Jude London, they're Aussies. I have seen them wrestle. I am terrible. Can I just say, anyone listening to this thinking like, oh, there's an Australian on this, he'll have a lot to say about the Aussie wrestlers and stuff. Not always. Because I live 2 hours away from Melbourne, and my wrestling fix is New Japan, and it's a lot
you don't do the indies, man. These guys are they from the like? Do you know what promotion they're from? Or
PWA they wrestle for, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them in Australia, definitely at the Tamashis for sure. Okay. So
I gotcha. But, well, we'll talk about all these teams as we go forward.
Absolutely.
You know,
but really like the Silver pins Shame with the shooting star press, and welcome back, Yo. Welcome back, mate. We got
poor Murashima. You know, why is he gonna hang out with that nerd?
He just wants to talk about Andy Warhol all the time, and Murashima's like, I don't care.
Who?
Yeah,
that's right. Like, did he train Inoki? Like, who is he? He wasn't WrestleMania 1, so there is that. So.
Murashima's like, God damn it, even his underwear's denim. All right, so we got Robbie X and Ishimori and Gato versus Shomakato, Ninja Mac, and the DKC. And we get Robbie X doing a spiral tap on Kato for the win there. And look, I'm not a huge fan of the 6-man Empire guys because yay, Akira, yay, TJP with Akira, yay. And I just, who's this JAY? I haven't clicked with him. I'm sorry, Jacob. I maybe I will. I turn around on a lot of wrestlers, so but he's there. And there's Jet Setters and Honma, yay! And then Night pins Jay, so I'm like, double yay. That's pretty cool.
I mean, even when he does like get moving, all his moves are just like, I don't know. You do a lariat in the corner. Cool, bro. I don't know. Like, what are his signature moves? Like, he does the sliced bread. He tries to do the sliced bread. And it's like, man, he like doesn't, because he never gets to get it on because it's a big move. So I just feel like that they haven't given him much. And what they have given him, I don't know.
Whereas, like, all right, I hate comparing. Let's do it anyway. Callum Newman, right? They were given him much at the start either. But what he was just like, holy shit, I'm on New Japan. I'm going to get my shit in. Oh, I just got pinned for the 50th time. Who cares?
He instantly had signature moves that we recognized, right? Like instantly. Yeah. And like he had a gimmick and he had things going on. JAY is a guy that's there.
Yeah.
Sure is. He did machine gun uppercuts in this match. Okay, that was cool. I forgot about that.
You know, everyone's got cool moves. I'm pretty sure Yo has some that he hasn't stolen off other wrestlers. I'm pretty sure. Next, we've got probably my favorite series of preview tags. It is any combination of just 5 guys versus Wado and Dorks.
Yeah,
mostly because I love this storyline of Doki and Master Wato. So Sonata, Doki, and Taka. There was Wato, Shooter Umino, and Jado. All right, I've loved all of Walker Stewart's commentary. My one note. He accidentally says that Doki, Taka, and Sonata got defeated, and they were just coming out. So he quickly covered it up.
Whoops!
He quickly covered it up, but I heard it, and sorry, Mr. Walker. That's the only criticism. He's young, he's new. It's sometimes that's gonna slip. I don't know. I love him almost all the time anyway, so I'm let that pass. But I am going to mention it because look, you know what I would prefer? I would prefer it if Walker Stewart just had a list of the matches. Here's the matches on tonight. Here's what we want to push.
But somebody told him,
no finishes.
Yeah, I don't know. We've got our issues with the English commentary, but those guys they didn't wrestle in this match, no. At all. But that was the last preview match before Junior Stank League begins, right?
Absolutely. So we started with Tiger Mask and Captain Suicida versus Hiromu and Bushi. Hey, this is Chumpy out. I do have notes for every time I say Chumpy.
Well, he's out like right when the tournament begins, pretty much every time, because Kenta Sato is not allowed to ref tournament matches.
Yeah. So you know how some people who they're not young anymore, but they're not old either, and so they don't like young people or old people? That was Hiromu in this match because he just chopped the shit out of Tiger Mask. Like, fucking hell.
I thought you were talking about me.
Yeah, so no.
It's like, I do identify with that.
Naito's out here to watch and to get people to turn up, so that's right.
Yeah,
that's all he does. He just comes out and sits on a chair.
That's not all he does. He'll get involved
for this night. But and then Tiger and Captain Suicida, they lose during a double submission.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then there was Sho and Kanemaru versus the War Juniors. I do like Chumpy getting pounced. That made me fucking laugh a big time. I thought I liked this match, but I thought it would be more fun. There's just that. There is that. You know what I mean? Because it's Bullet Club, heels. Yeah. But instead, it was just like not that. It was still entertaining, but
it wasn't as goofy as you were thinking, right?
No. But Driller, he does get the win over Kanemaru, I think, and then we fit. Yep.
So Drilla and Clark, they were like the faces, de facto faces, but they didn't like sell into that. You know what I mean? Remember Gabe Kidd jumping off fucking balconies and shit? They weren't doing that. So like it didn't have that.
Gabe Kidd even doing shit like this, like come on, give me cheers and stuff.
So like it was like
know your audience. If they're booing you, milk it. If they're cheering you, all right, fuck it. That's New Japan, isn't it?
It was fun. The right team won.
Yeah. And then our main event is the team of Dragon Dyer and Reyes Kitaguchi versus Robbie Eagles and Kosa Fujita.
Man, Dragon Dyer in the main event. Wow, he's big.
That's right. He's got a few main events as well. There's an ass chant in the style of Aussie, Aussie, Aussie by Taguchi, nice. and everyone does it, and it's hilarious.
Like it.
Abandoned Hope on Dragon Dyer, which is good, and Robbie, he's nice enough to forgive the ass chants to the crowd and stuff. He's very, very nice like that. Thanks, Robbie. That was night one. It was solid. There was, let me put it this way, more previews than I expected. A lot more. And put it this way, like this is have we referred to this tournament at all as the Super Junior Tag League yet? No, we call these the Stank Leagues, and the preview tags. It's just, yeah, it gets a little brutal at some point.
Yeah, we did forget to mention there is a big piece of news that we totally forgot about. As Kenny Omega is going to be at the Wrestle shows, he's going to be at them. So, just want to let you know about that. So that was important to know. So
there's a lot of people excited about that.
So the way these results are on the good old fashioned New Japan website, they have it broken up into blocks, which is kind of frustrating. So I don't have the order of the matches. What the fuck, New Japan? So that's disappointing. I thought this would be easy to look up, but apparently it's not the case.
Well, I have all of the match orders because
you do.
Yeah, I wrote them all down.
Well, why don't you? Yeah, if you wouldn't mind just filling for a second, I'm gonna find this. So
absolutely, all right. So while he does that, he can do it for night 3 because I'm just going to get started on the night 2.
There you go.
Where we started with Katsuri Murashima and Daiki Nagai versus Sho Mikato and Masatori Yasada. And now Yasada, he gets grabbed the shit out of by Murashima, which is fucking funny. And there's a couple fat comments as well, apparently. So, one of the young lions referred to Murashima as a bit fat. So I don't like it.
Nice.
No, that's not good at all. And then we had Sho, Yajiro, and Kanemaru. Oh, fuck. This is Tiger Mask, Captain Suicida, and Yano. And yay, I get what I want here, which is Yano just getting a fucking cheating win over the Pimp Man. So that always makes me happy. So yeah, so next we have Yujiro. Every tour, never fucking any time off. Come on, Ren Narita or fucking Evil. Naito's here. Evil, you can't turn up, you fuck. Taguchi, Dragon and Honma wrestled Naito, Bushi, and Hiromu. It's a Kogeshi on Naito makes me laugh, but Naito he taps him out, which also made me laugh. The War Juniors, that's Driller Killer and Clark Connors, and Gato wrestled Robbie Eagles, Koso Vegeta, and Ryohei Iwa. He's chumpy, and then poor Gato. He's getting his ass kicked on all these nights. This is no exception. I'm trying to put over this weird lariat finisher that Iwa does, and it's not working for me. As like the Gene Blaster pretty quickly turned me around. I was pretty quickly sold on that, and I stopped ragging on it. But I don't know. Let me see him win a big match with it, and then maybe. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. We had Shooter Umino, Wato and Jado versus Sanada Doki and Taka Michinoku. And they are making the commentators are making Shooter being booed part of the story. And they're comparing him on commentary to early Naito and Tanahashi.
So
like, all right.
So it's like the Roman Reigns thing. He's being shoved down their throat. Is that kind of what he's trying to say?
Look, here's what I would do. So who's the guy that he kind of not emulates fully, but he's got close ties with over in the A-dubs? It's Mr. Moxley. He's gone full-blown fucking mega monster.
Yeah,
I'm not expecting Shooter Umino to do that, but what I would love to do is like, right, when Moxley's in heel, fucking Shooter comes out in the black. Bit more fucking brutality, bit more oomph, He's got a lot of oomph, but you know what I mean? A different kind of vibe. Doesn't necessarily sell to kids. Maybe he's like emo teenagers or something. And when Moxley's a bit more facey and stuff, hey, comes up more with the white. Because it's going to be weird if AEW comes to fucking Japan again and here's bright babyface Shooter Umino tagging with monster, I don't give a shit, gonna suffocate motherfuckers, John Moxley. So it's kind of weird. But yeah.
I was going to ask you about that. Like, do you think that him getting booed in New Japan, Shota Umino, has anything to do with the I mean, they're on the same channel. Like if you have the subscription to New Japan World in Japan, you also have AEW Dynamite. So like, is there anything there? Is that crossover? You know, is AEW that popular?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know the Japan ratings for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm sorry.
No one
I
does.
wish I did.
And there's no way to find out.
Dude, if we start getting that in debt, fucking hell. No.
I couldn't even find the results. I mean,
I tell you what, though, this new direction that went since Moxley started, he's doing his thing, and the last few weeks from the pay-per-view to now, they've turned kind of a new direction, and I like it. Dynamite's been pretty fucking good. The other shows are all just like, secondary shows, but the Dynamites have been really solid. I've been really enjoying them.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Iwa pinned Gato. Then we had, Shooter being booed. So it's become a thing. It's being noticed. So I guess that's going to be a story. There's some great Wato and Doki shit that I'm just loving every fucking night.
But they could go in the ring and just like poop, and I'd be like, "Fucking! Did you see the size of that? You see the size of that poop? You see how much corn was in that, man?" Yeah. You know, I would be so fired up either way. I'm like, they can do no wrong. It's because, I mean, we wanted this feud and we were just joking because we thought, no, I mean, I'm like bringing that shit up over and over again 6 months ago because we just like those two wrestlers. Where's Wato? Doki's the champion. He's in the feud. Where's Wato? That was our question. And now Wato is here and he is feuding for the title. And again, we're just shown that New Japan is committed to this youth movement thing. They just are. Just when I think they're not, they are.
There was a long time I was worried about Wato as well because he debuted during COVID. So I guess he never really knew, just like, do they like me? And then sort of, yeah, but you were kind of a dork. And then we got into him, not just getting into him via his matches, but also because the commentators, by trying to, doing this whole story about how he's a piece of shit, just made us go like, that's not the Wato we're watching. It really isn't.
No.
And then the Despy stuff, and then he's one of those wrestlers who got injured, and we think every episode we're just like, is Wato? Where's Wato?
I mean, so Wato is like actually over.
He is now, man.
The thing, it's like okay, so there's like getting pops and stuff like that, but being actually over means that you're always going to love that wrestler no matter what they do, right? And so it's like, because he got over kind of like organically in a different way than many guys, it's like that's something that's special and something we'll never forget about him. So the fact that we saw him fail over and over again and work really hard. He was always working hard. Even when he sucked, he was working hard. And even when he still sucks, he'll still be working hard. And so it's like one of those things, like the effort's there, the will is there, and I'm glad.
Remember how when he'd make us laugh because everybody else in the tag preview match is doing a comedy match, and Wato's like,
he can't read the room, he can't read the ring.
But then, rather than just stop being a dork, which is impossible, he kind of leaned into it, which made him kind of cool.
And now he's actually cool. He ran in the ring and started beating up House of Torture, and I was like, who is this amazing man that is the coolest man I've ever seen?
Who is this stud?
Wato. Who's fucking Wato?
My wife doesn't get a load of this guy. Holy shit.
That's right. Charity's not allowed to watch when Wato's on.
I am kind of looking over my shoulder, though, if Ishimori's music hits.
You'd be all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you do have an arm. I want to get rid of those,
Yeah. No, that's very true. Sonata, he did cold skull Jado in that match, so that made me very happy.
Yeah.
And we get Yo, and this is a tournament match that we get here. It's Yo and Rocky Romero versus Jude London and Paris De Silva.
That was good.
This is triple chumpy, by the way. This is the third match we get it. You're damn right. So I don't think this match for me was really about who won or lost. All right, Yo gets the win. Boo. But this to me was just like, all right, we've seen people who've had, seen them do a preview tag the previous night. Big deal. this is the Velocities now in a pretty important match. I know it's Stank League, but important for them, like their first big match, for points, whatever.
And they're acting like
eyes on them. And I felt like they came out that first night and have continued to come out like fucking stars. I think they're fantastic. I think they're really well. There's that Aussie-ness about them, I think, that you would talk about when Dunkzilla and Kyle Fletcher were wrestling Goto and Yoshihashi or something like that. It's just, we'll see, what is the Aussie style of wrestling? It's just like a mix of all sorts of weird shit. So we got like it's just really interesting to see a move. It's really cool. It's a great match. So, oh well, they lost their first match. But they look good doing it. So that's kind of what I wanted to see.
Is this the match where Yo gets chopped a million times too?
Oh no, I think
that's a different match. That's coming up. All right. Yeah. Well, I just gotta say that this match is the beginning of Yo kind of like, I don't know, he's creeping his way into my denims, and just saying, like, he's doing really well. I love the Roppongi 2K like stuff they're doing again, and it's like, because that always worked, and that was when
that shit. Yeah,
that's when Yo was great. He was part of the best junior tag team in New Japan, which is a prestigious, like, that's a place, that's a spot, right? And by the way, we have to talk about that spot, because who's in that spot right now? There's guys literally fighting for it, which is like awesome, because usually, junior tag is usually good, but heavyweight tag's always bad. And I'm very happy that in the tradition of awesome junior tag wrestling, that's continuing in New Japan and will be for the future. And these guys kind of show that could be for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to see Rocky back. Like, I really am. And I see the denim. He looks like he comes out with like this weird face, and it's like the clapping, and like the last show he just standed in the corner for like a minute, not really looking at anyone, and just popped his pecs like repeatedly. And I'm like,
yeah,
all right, dude, all right, that's you do you. Anyone or anything,
trying to have fun at least,
Yeah, well, I think his version of fun and mine is different, but that's okay. That's allowed.
All right.
And that's like I like his wrestling. Like, I like his in-ring, so I'm not gonna.
Sure.
I'm never gonna.
Because like I've never been like a fan of his in-ring that much. I thought it was kind of boring.
Like
lately,
he's not a bad wrestler. I guess is what I'm saying. So,
well, think about this. Right before he got hurt, he was starting to get over a little bit, and it was like he was feuding with Show again. Only it was awesome, and we were like, "Why is it awesome now?" You know what I mean? And like shit was going down, and we were starting to kind of like, so there's a little bit of traction there. I'm just saying.
Stop trying to turn me on, Yo. Stop it. Get out
I want to talk about Yo. I mean, we're gonna have to talk about it.
I'd much rather talk about the other
night 3. So night 3 is the one that's occurring at Hall, right?
Yes, yes. But we had Robbie X and Ishimori versus the DKC and Ninja Mac.
Was the main event. Okay.
No, that was the first. It was the first tournament match with the Velocities and Rocky. So we had Ishimori and Robbie X versus the DKC and Ninja Mac, and I thought it was really, really good. But it's
what is this story?
But there's a bit of a weird story going on. Like, Ninja Mac and the DKC, they don't get along. They don't like each other. And Ishimori and Robbie X are like, sweet, bro, we're going to take advantage of that and win. So Robbie X, he gets the win. And the Bullet Club boys get the 2 points here. And can I just say, I know he's old enough to be the champion of Noah for like 1,200 years, Mr. Ninja Mac, but he's been in the junior best of Super Juniors, and now this. I wouldn't mind if he stuck around a bit. And I don't know, DKC didn't want to be stuck with a Noah guy. Is that the story?
Like, I think it's that he's like, I know the
I'm better at the karate and stuff, right?
Yeah, and Ninja Max, well, you don't know the martial arts. I know the martial arts. Now, that hasn't been not made clear necessarily, but that's the story that I'm reading into this. And I think at least they're doing something. You know what I mean? At least they're doing something, because it would be boring if they just came in and it's like, why are you guys tagging together? And they don't address that. Well, they're addressing that in the story of their tournament. So
absolutely. And then the main event of the night was absolutely fucking fantastic. And I expected nothing less from these four gentlemen. It was Catch 2-2 versus the Jet Setters. And
yeah,
this A&'s show, man. I still wish War Juniors had those titles, because I don't know. They're pretty dominant. They're one of my teams to watch in this tournament too. That said, gold looks good on Kevin Knight.
Yeah, I mean, War Dogs kind of seem incomplete without the titles, right? A little bit,
but
you know.
I would say, like, War Dogs, I'd say they're over. Like, people know they're a couple badasses, and maybe, like, all right, Kushida's always going to be over. Maybe, but like, we want to elevate Kevin Knight, because like, this guy's fucking awesome, and this match was incredibly good. And what makes it even better, it's the two young guys who are in it at the finish, with Francesco Akira scoring the win over Kevin Knight. That was really, really, really good main event.
Man, great win for Akira too.
Yeah,
you know, and Kevin Knight, man, he's one of those guys that I'm like thinking about my fandom of him, and is it that I never get to see him? You know, and when I do, it's against awesome wrestlers, and that's why I love him so much. Or is it like, because he's so awesome? There's all these different variables. I love him. I think he's fantastic. I can't wait. Like, he has the potential to be a Will Ospreay too. That's the thing that, like, maybe people don't think about with him, but he has the potential to then be a heavyweight and be that kind of heavyweight, and maybe even better. So I don't know. There's something in there.
All right, everything with Kevin Knight is all right. Everything's really high. It must be the shoes, right? I reckon if he went heavy, I could see him with a fucking gnarly uranagi or something, just right up in the air. That'd be awesome. Oh.
Well, and also their team, the Jet Setters, they're assholes too. They're trying to give everyone a case of ring postitis throughout the whole tournament. It's like, whoa! They just immediately tacking the ball sack. And I don't know about you, but like their combo moves, I don't know. I think they are destined for a feud or something, because like Kushida's roles in their wins is kind of passive a lot of times, or sneaky. It's like one, and so I don't know. I feel like that they're destined for a feud, or they have Kevin Knight teed up to join Bullet Club, which is a possibility as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, is Bullet Club a bit full right now?
It is, but just saying.
It often can be sometimes.
Where's Jake Lee? He got hurt as soon as he signed the contract.
That fucking sucks, though, man. That happened to Brian Cage when he signed with AEW. Oh my god, I'm in AEW. Oh shit.
It's like when the top tier player, free agent, comes to your hometown team. Finally, they sign him. They like fucking put the golden handcuffs on the franchise for the next 10 years for him, and then he gets hurt. You're like, oh my god. Except it's Jake Lee.
So. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, look, apart from maybe getting some kind of preview fatigue, because they're very samey, and it's only for previews for Stank League, the actual tournament matches, the 6 we've got on the first 2 nights, all awesome.
I agree. Was that the show that was in the shopping mall?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It was like in a fucking shopping mall, and they had like load-bearing skeletons.
The Mall of Japan.
Like, hanging out, like telling people, no, you don't look. You didn't pay a ticket, so you can't look for wrestling.
Yeah, get to stepping. Get out of here.
That made me laugh. I was like, what is this place?
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty great. Right. But we like to go back to home, which is Kurgan Hall. So that's where our next show is at. And this is all tournament matches,
except for one.
Except for one, that's correct. Yes, thank you. Please be ready to correct me, this whole night. So anyway, but we opened up. We had Chris and Walker on the call, and I chose Jack. But the first match was a 30-minute time limit. It's Super Junior Tag League. Tiger Mask and Captain Suicida versus Sho and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. And actually, let's see here. Tiger Mask won. Tiger Mask and Captain, is that right? They got the win, right?
No, they're on 0 points, man.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yoshinobu Kanemaru got the 3 on Mr. Suicida.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So next match was DKC and Ninja Mac, and Ninja Mac got the pin on Jude London, who is tagging with Paris de Silva. And I really like those guys. We talked about those folks already. On the last match, we didn't really talk about Tiger Mask and Captain Suicida. What do you think of Captain Suicida so far?
I like him. But he's either going to pull off stuff that looks amazing, or it's luchadors. It's not going to look amazing. Also, like, I feel like we're getting Grumpy Tiger Mask, like me when I've just woken up and you're fucking trying to put over something I'm already a bit not sure about, and I'm like, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, fucking, I need coffee. And you're like, all right, he's like salty. That. He looks like a salty grumpy prick. Like, she's still annoyed that Hiromu chopped the shit out of him too hard the other night.
No, we figured this out. So he is furious because not only okay, so who are his 2 tag team partners, right?
Robbie
it's
Eagles.
Fucking Robbie Eagles, who's gone off and joined another team, tagging with somebody else, and Yuji Nagata, who he was in World Tag League with during that very critical time in his career. And I just gotta say, Yuji Nagata didn't even book him on his 35th anniversary show or whatever. So he's fucking pissed off. He went to Mexico to drown his sorrows, and he met up with a captain of suicide. So here we are.
You make that story sound really depressing. And by the end of it, he meets someone named Captain Suicide.
Don't like the name. Don't like the name. The wrestler, pretty good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah,
I like him. Like he did in one night, he did a inside out senton.
Dude.
What?
Yeah.
What was that? How does your leg do that? My legs won't do that.
I wrote Captain Suicida in one night, did weird senton move that looked fantastic. Yeah, absolutely incredible.
It's like a shooting star press senton is kind of what it was, but he curled up in a ball when he did the spin. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? So you can watch it on a GIF and it just breaks your brain. So
yeah, you'll melt. I'd be like, what's the logic of that? How do you train for that? Like, what is that diabolical? That's some kind of sorcery for sure. But DKC, Mac, Jude, London, Paris de Silva one, that's like the DKC and Ninja Mac. This is fun as hell, that match, but it's also DKC and Mac getting a win and being looking at each other going, all right. I'm still not sure about you. I'm still not sure about you either, but all right, we got something. So
they come out on the next night kind of trying to outdo each other in the entrance where they're like, oh, I am the karate, but I am the karate, but then they kind of look at each other and they're like, we are the karate, and that's kind of what's going on here, which I dig. So, and
the taco girl's like, yeah, dude.
She's fired up. She's fucking cheering from the front row. Shota Umino, not gonna go see her though, so, by now she's too old, but, to be his fan.
I know what you meant, but that was still like, whoa.
Anyway, that Jude London and Paris de Silva, like, they rocked it on this night too.
Yeah.
And that match was very like US indie.
This was their Korakuen Hall like debut. Dude. They crushed it. Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, Ninja Bomb, he got the win. But next, Luke, we had Taguchi and Dragon Dia versus Hiromu and Bushi. All right. And fucking Taguchi. What was it? Okay. So, yes, Taguchi pinned Bushi. I can't believe it. He beat. This is kind of funny because at the end of this match, he pins Bushi and Hiromu acts like he just killed Daryl. And it was like, you weren't even involved in the pin, dickhead. And he's acting like he got pinned. Where's Bushi? He's selling somewhere. That was pretty fun. That was a big win.
Dude, that match was fucking hilarious. And Taguchi was like absolutely exhausted at the end of that match because LIJ made him run and they made him run. And it's, I think, like one of my low-key favorite, like maybe it's not a marquee matchup to a lot of people, but it's a special match for me. That's anytime Taguchi's on one side and Hiromu's on the other side. Doesn't matter if it's a singles, a tag, whatever. I love that.
Yeah, it's always good. They got a mini feud that's been going on for many years. You know? So in fact, he had his own mask on too. He had like the Kamatachi mask on that was kind of like his own mask. So that was pretty cool. We also had let's see here, B block match. It is Kushida and Kevin Knight, Jet Setters versus Taiji Ishimori and Robbie X. And Kushida got the pin on Robbie X with a backslide.
Yes, sneaky win.
Man, come on, Kushida. You know, like it's. I love it. I love that his career's evolving. You know what I mean? Now, I gotta say that of all the tag teams that have been put together just for this tournament, or guys that are new, Robbie X and Ishimori have the best like tag moves. Like their tag moves are fantastic.
Oh yeah, like Robbie
know?
X will do a move, and then in comes Ishimori with the sliding German. You know, as he slides outside Canadian style, right? Shit like that. Like they incorporate their own offense into tandem shit. Yeah, it's really cool.
Now we also had a preview tag right in the middle of this, and I like this format. Couple tournament matches, little break, and that to fill us in on the Power Struggle stories, and then some more tournament matches. So we get Shota Umino and Master Wato tagging with Jado versus Sonata, Doki, and Taka Michinoku. Now, Shota Umino pins Taka Michinoku, of course, after a Death Rider, but I'm loving all this, man. It's a shame, that Master Wato has to hang out with dorks like Jado, but check it out. There was a time not that long ago where
we were saying hanging out with a dork like Wato. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say Wato was the one getting pinned in a match like this.
Yeah.
So wasn't that long ago.
So was Doki.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they're wrestling for the title, and people
Top
are excited for it. Not only that, like they're being featured on these shows to Power Struggle, like
and
as
they're getting
important
pops.
feud, and they're getting pops for it. So people are interested and invested in Doki Wato for sure. Also, this is the night where I wrote the note like, I hope Sonata beats Shota Umino.
So their feud is getting kind of violent, right? Where they're both kind of being dicks, and all of a sudden, and like I think on this night, Shooter kind of gets over on Sonata, but then on the next night, Sonata gets over on him, and there's
I'm actually really interested in that match now. Like they're kind of ramping shit up. Yeah,
it's tit for tat. It's like a standard New Japan heavyweight feud, and I like it a lot, especially paired with Doki.
Yeah,
but absolutely. Luke, also on this night, we had Robbie Eagles and Kosai Fujita versus Clark Connors and Trill Maloney, and this was fucking wild.
Can I stop you just before you talk about this match? We won't dwell any time on it, but there's two things I was disappointed by in between these two matches. I was disappointed that Fantastica Mania is happening again.
Oh yeah, sad
Dude,
day.
We take even lighter notes for that than this. I'm
not watching it.
But
I'm not watching.
We did crack many a joke about a wrestler named Stigma.
Oh yeah, so they announced all these new, guys for Fantastica Mania, and there's a guy named Stigma. Like, man,
no one wants to tag with him.
No, once you get him on you, it's not you cannot get him off. Like, this is bad news. So
anyway,
he's got to be heel, right? I mean, So anyway, well, in that match, Trill Maloney hit the fucking Drilla Killer. They hit the full clip, excuse me, which is kind of the Drilla Killer on Kosai Fujita for the win.
Match was awesome, though.
So what do you think of Robbie Eagles and Kosai Fujita so far? I really dig him. I mean, I love Fujita. I love how he wipes his feet before he even gets in the place. Like, he's wiping his feet before he even gets in the building. I love that. I don't know why. It's like it's the way, like he communicates a lot without doing much. And that is the sign of a good wrestler. Wiping his feet, the way he looks around, it's like, man, fuck you, but in a good way, and I like it. So,
young punks. There you go.
Exactly.
Definitely got that punk attitude, dude. This match was fucking awesome, and Fujita takes a beating too, and gets the kick out of a lot, looking pretty cool. And I love Fujita's spot where he is in the company. Same with you, actually. Like, I think I'm going to grow to. Come on, he's a good wrestler. I'm just not sure about his finisher because Robbie's a really good trainer, and Zack Sabre Jr. is pretty good at what he does. Like, learning from those two, come on. Plus, you've got a couple big, heavy rough nuts there. A couple never guys. You can learn a thing or two from those two motherfuckers as well. Like, I don't know. I feel like, and the evidence is what we're seeing with Fujita. He's got his own style, but sometimes he'll put a submission hold in, and just like Zack Sabre Jr., he's like, oh, I've held that for too long. I'm going to grab this now, you know, and he might go for maybe some kind of pin kind of thing that Robbie Eagles might do or something like that. So he's got his own, moveset and stuff, but he's incorporated things from the people around him.
He's doing
really
the big things and he's doing the subtle things, which is what we want from a great wrestler.
He's young too. So if you're young and able to like, you're great in the ring, but I'm more so, I've got all this extra. He's got that. Yeah.
I like him, pretty happy with him. So we talked about War Dogs a little bit. We'll talk about all these teams again when we go through all the points. But the 7th match on this night was Yo and Rocky Romero versus TJP and Akira. This is the match where Akira just fucking chopped the shit out of Yo.
Yes.
And to the point where I'm like, I like Yo. Like, he chopped him so many times that I was like, I kind of like Yo. What happened?
He needs to take a few more of those for me to be like, all right. But it was fucking cool. I'm like, there's no doubt about it. And he comes out the next night with his fucking chest up too. So he's not like going like, oh, wow.
No,
he's coming
he's
out
proud
going,
of it.
Look at this. So,
yeah.
All right. I did like that. Shut up. I mean, Fuck you.
I heard you. He was very violent. This whole like Rocky rub is working really well. And the fact that he couldn't wrestle for a while and now he can, you could tell he's kind of like, I like wrestling. I want to do it, But anyway, he pins Akira after getting chopped 1,000 times with the strong zero. I hated seeing Akira lose. Like, I don't like seeing Akira lose to anybody, man. I was so mad. Like, fuck you. But at the same time, that match was fantastic.
Absolutely.
And it was like, I don't know. It was one of my favorite main events. Maybe the best main event, I think, of this whole, like, thing so far. So, just saying.
Ooh, we'll get there. Maybe no, we'll get there. But we did have night 4, which is also the same format from the previous night. So one preview match in the middle, of course, featuring our boys, and all tag matches. So here we go. And it's poor catch 2-2. You know what I suck? Being in the last match of the previous night and being on the first match the next night. With the same kind of stakes, you know what I mean? So it's not as if you had the main event one night and then the next day you're in the preview tag. No, you got to go now. Whoa. And they're wrestling against the Velocities. TJP power bombs one of them into the other. Oh my God, fuck. And this match, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool match, but TJP's kind of showing he can beat both these guys. By himself. So and I feel like the Velocities got that kind of vibe too. So they just beat the shit out of Akira instead, who's not as experienced. And I thought it was, I don't know, nice little story there, kind of vibe. Like the veteran kind of had these Aussie guys number, and Akira maybe not so much because he's like the younger upstart. Yeah,
that's true.
I thought it was a sweet little match.
I agree.
Yeah, and then we had Tiger and Captain Suicide versus the War Dogs.
Terrible.
Oh my God. I have to say, though, that Driller and Suicide, man, that was good fun. One's trying to pull off lucha moves while Driller is trying to catch him in various things and sometimes succeeding and hitting in power. All he needs to do is like catch him maybe just once. And it's just like, all right. But nope. He gets go down, arm drag, something like that, reversed. But all he needs is just one time to catch Captain Suicide, and it's boom.
That match was really funny too because you could tell Drilla Maloney hadn't really like wrestled guys doing top rope arm drags and shit very much because the way he took some of those moves was really funny. So
yeah,
and like I liked it. I liked it a lot.
So and War Dogs at this point are on 6. So whoa, first team to make it to 6. Ooh, and we're at the Jet Setters versus DKC Ninja Mac. And this is where I write, because this is probably when we're really talking about it. By the way, we watch these at weird times, but there's been, for some reason, we've managed to be like, hey, I woke up and I'm up to this, or I just got home from work and I'm up to this match, and we've just been pretty much like almost in sync, you know.
I mean,
we've
not
watched
quite.
portions. We've not quite, but we've watched a nice few portions of this together, which always makes this a lot better. I don't think we're going to try so hard for senior stack, right? I certainly hope not. Don't make me do that. But this is where we point out to get to each other. Or you pointed out to me. I'm like, fuck, that is the fashion. That's the fashion of this tournament.
Yeah. The new hotness this year. Yeah.
Yeah, the new hotness is miscommunication. It's, we're going to do a double team move. Wrestler ducks, gets out of the way. Oh no, miscommunication. They hit each other. And it's a lot of teams. I'm not,
every match.
And this isn't me just going like, every team's doing it. It's like, hey, some things catch on and they make for cool bits of drama in the matches because, oh no, they fucked up. Oh, I'm just going to get the other team to take the lead. And maybe they're trying to figure out like all these ways in which they can incorporate that kind of drama into a match.
Well,
I'm going to credit Ishii for this because you know, he's been doing it for a while. Why not? I don't know.
Well, so a couple years ago, it was the double submission spot. All of a sudden, that was in every tag match, you know.
Yeah.
And then it was total elimination, you know. Yeah. And now this year, it's oh no, I hit my own guy. It's so funny.
It really is. You know what made me laugh? I'm watching Private Party versus the Young Bucks on Dynamite. I fucking love that match.
Yeah.
And oh shit! And I forgot my point, but it was a good one. What was I talking about?
So we were talking about wrestling, New Japan specifically.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's a great bit of podcasting.
I mean, we both are having great moments tonight. This is our best work.
It's New Japan's best work as well, isn't it? So oh yeah, the miscommunication spot. So yeah, I'm watching that match on AEW.
We just did a miscommunication spot. That's why we did.
Oh, dude. See, that's an example. That's a podcasting example of what
we are. You think we're not in sync? You think we aren't geniuses?
That's right. We're backstreet.
You know? Just listen to that again.
We're One Direction. So. That's right. We're all of them combined. But yeah, they did a miscommunication spot in a high point in the match, and I was like, man, yep, that's you know. And I don't know if WWE catches on with some of these things either. I'm for their own little bubble, and I don't care. But submission spots happen all the time in AEW matches as well. So like, I'm not saying anyone's copying each other, but like, if Indies all the time, everywhere does it. Wow, that's cool. And it's not a finisher. That means we can all kind of put our own spin on it. I like it. Right? Because it's not a finisher. We can do that. So that was because it happens during the Jet Setters DKC Ninja Mac match, which is why I mentioned it. This is another really good match. It's this is like DKC and Ninja Mac being like, we got that one win. All right, we got this now. Karate powers combined. Oh, and they lose. Oh, yeah. Maybe our karates don't mix or something. I don't know. This is a goofy little story, and I just love it because DKC, he can look as tough as he wants, but I think he's adorable. So I like
those
him.
Guys,
in a good way.
They aren't winning the tournament, right? So what are they going to do? They're doing this. You know what I mean? Like you have to. If you're going to be in the tournament, in any kind of tournament, if you're not winning, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to beat someone big, beat a champion? Are you going to almost be the champion? Or are you going to get the shit kicked out of you so much that the crowd is like, I love this guy? I mean, what are you going to do?
Absolutely.
So they're going to do something. I appreciate that.
By the way, speaking of someone who does things during tournaments to tell a bit of story, ELP did that during the G1. There's a bit of news about that gentleman.
Talk about ELP. That's right. So he had a health scare, basically. So go to his Instagram if you want details. But like, he had a health scare, and like in the middle of this health scare was like, oh, by the way, Chris Bay, shout out, because Chris Bay broke his neck at the Impact taping, recent Impact taping.
Yeah.
And so that's a shame. But ELP, pretty good guy, you know, seems like, because he had a pretty scary thing going on.
Yeah.
He's out indefinitely. So
yeah. ELP is, I've always kind of liked him, maybe his personality, but I do know the exact moment he clicked for you, and we've just kind of groove together on what he's done ever since. Kind of always creative and interesting stuff. And of course, and even though he can play a really good dickhead, I feel like the total vibe of this man is like he is a wonderful human being, because like he's like, yeah, I had this health scare, but Mr. Bay over here's got it worse than me, so go help him out and wish him.
Yeah, buy his t-shirts, which is pretty cool.
What a fucking man. What a guy.
He's a mensch, and I also with ELP, I think that one of the things I've been thinking about him a little bit, because Rocky's in this tournament, and like one of the first matches that I just was like absolutely like, okay, I get it now, was Rocky versus ELP in Best of Super Juniors, and that at Kurgan Hall, and they just tore it up, and anyway, it's good to see Rocky too.
Fucking amazing. So amazing to see Rocky, and obviously like I feel like I wasn't even near a laptop when I heard that news, and I just kind of mentioned it now. But I wish both those gentlemen all the best and all that kind of stuff. But so I'm just don't know how to segue out of that, so I'm just gonna go straight into Sho and Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and they wrestled against Dragon Dia and Taguchi, and Sho is seesawed by Dragon Dia into Taguchi's ass and balls, and I know that because Taguchi's like, my ass, and then he hits low, and it's like, my balls.
It's like the Joshi like hangman like fucking hold, right? And then he's whamming him into somebody's butthole.
Battering teabag, like a pendulum swing or something.
Battering teabag is what's the battering ram called in Lord of the Rings? It's like Groh or some shit like that. It's like alive, the battering ram is so badass, it's alive. That's great.
Man, this is a really fun match. I actually really enjoyed this. Sho even telling the Sho and Taguchi both have the wrench, and they like this, and Sho's like, let it go. So Taguchi lets it go, and Sho falls into the exposed turnbuckle and stuff. It was really funny. But a shock arrow on Taguchi for 4 points.
Aww.
I tell you what, Taguchi and Dia aren't there to win the tournament either, but they're bringing the funny and the light kind of fun to the whole tournament, and I've loved their matches.
I agree. Was there any more matches on that night?
Absolutely. All right, so next we have our one preview tag. Hey, it's Zack Sabre Jr. and Ryohei Iwa. This is Yota Tsuji and Shingo. It's the only one show without our boys in it. But we get this match. Chumpy's refereeing. Also, this match is just fucking awesome.
It's incredible.
It's fucking insane. It's amazing. Who wins? We do. Zack Sabre Jr. The fake out DDT spot that Shingo has? Oh, yeah. Zack Sabre Jr. gets out of it. Whoa. All right. Whoa.
I love it. I bet you. Yeah, the Kurgan Hall crowd was like, whoa!
Oh, dude. Great. I was a bit like, whoa. All right. So that's the thing about these two men. Yeah, we've seen them wrestle quite a number of times, but they're going to add to it, do some different twists. They're chalk and cheese in their styles, but for some reason, it just turns into two things that mix really well. Great Wayne
album, by the way. So just
yes, it is. So this is an amazing match. Probably one of the biggest gene blasts you've ever seen on Ryohei Iwa for the win. He almost went too far right into the fucking corner. That was a huge, amazing match. So fuck yeah. So, man, it just teases more about like there's a future rivalry here between Yota Tsuji and Ryohei Iwa right there. Boom.
That match was kind of never.
Yeah.
Just saying, kind of never. There's 4 heavyweights going at it. Pretty awesome, man.
It was fucking gnarly, man. It was great stuff. And then we come back with a Revice, which is what they call themselves. Yo, I actually like that name, Revice. Yo and Rocky Romero. It was Rocky's idea, of course, probably. And they're versus Ishimori and Robbie X. Oh, it's a Revice. Miscommunication here. And it leads them to lose. But unfortunately, it's not Yo that gets pinned. It's Rocky Romero after taking a 450 by Ishimori, which was like, fucking hell. Man, I can't. He's older than me, Mr. Ishimori. I'm like, I can't do anything that man does in the ring. No way, sir. No way. Excuse
you
me.
could do the boner lock if somebody let you.
Yeah.
You know, they like
They
if
could
I'm
chop
gonna let
someone.
you, you could, yeah, you could do it. You know, just saying. He doesn't really
Yeah.
do chops though. So,
And then for our main event, we have a really awesome match between Lij Bushi and Hiromu. By the way, Bushi and Hiromu never been tag champs together ever, which is
that's so stupid.
Kind of fucking weird.
It's because of Shingo. So.
It should have happened by at least once by now.
Yeah, I agree.
But it seems kind of obvious to me that I don't think that's the direction they're going, if ever, because this match is still fucking gnarly. But you never know with Bushi on one side and Vegeta on the other side, you know, because I guess that their spots in the company right now, right? So it adds a bit of drama. But then they could have surprised me with a Hiromu or Robbie Eagles getting pinned here. But I was like, all right. And I expected kind of Bushi maybe to get the pin on Vegeta, but Vegeta fucking gets
that's great.
gets a sneaky pin in on Bushi for the 1, 2, 3. So
that was great.
It's a fucking awesome win for Vegeta. Yeah, I really like that. That's night 4. That was quite nice.
That was tremendous. I really enjoyed that one. That was I don't know. That was a lot of fun. But let's see here. So are we up to what date are we up to?
I don't know, but it's
today's
night 5
show, right? So today's show?
No, the one before.
Okay, gotcha.
Where we start with Daiki Nagai and Masatori Yasada in a 10-minute time limit draw, where they brawl after the match because they're pissed off with each other.
Yeah, those guys are always pissed at each other, and I kind of like it, right? You know?
I think like Yasada was just like, "Hey, I'm in young lion mode. I'm learning. This is great." And then Daiki Nagai's just like, "I'm the best young lion ever," and Yasada's a piece of shit. I'm the fucking bee's knees. I'm the future you're supposed to be watching. I don't like that's the gist I'm getting from him, right? And I'm like, this guy's an asshole. I want to go to there. I want to know more about this man and see what he does next.
That David Finlay has been tweeting about corrupting this guy. So I'm just saying, like, they won't go that direction, but that, like, just teasing it's fun, you know. So because it would be fun to have, like, you know, Bullet Club hasn't had a young lion in a long time, and it'd be great to have one. I don't know. I think Hikuleo is the last one. So,
yeah, right. No, I think why not? You know, gives them a bit of boost of a confidence. Like they're in the man. I would like a Bullet Club shirt that just says "Young Lion." Boom.
Yeah, and like gnarly, man. But here's the story, right? So it's Nagai and Yasuda, right? So like Yasuda is about to get fucking Brad the fuck out. They've been wrestling a million times, but oh my god, Gato appears. He slides the shillelagh to him. You know, he takes out the ref. Yasuda's like, fuck yeah. And he hits Nagai. He takes out him and he joins Bullet Club. That would be the spot right there. So
that'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
I would love that. But anyway, time limit draw there. And then next we had Sho Makato and the Intergalactic Jet Setters, Kevin Knight and Kushida. And they defeated the team of Katsura Mishima and the Velocities, which is De Silva and London. And you know, I'm sad that Murashima lost again.
Yeah, that's right.
He won the night before.
He lost to the champion, though, so there's no shame in that.
That's true. I like Murashima. It's pretty obvious he's the best young lion, right?
Yeah.
Maybe ever.
Like,
just saying.
Like, Daiki Nagai we like because, like, he's given us a bit of that Riz, bit of that fucking extra
stuff. The Riz? Oh.
Yeah, he's got that. I like that. He's hungry. You can see how hungry he is. We can't hold in how hungry he is, right? Like I'm like, all right. But Murashima, we like how he bumps, so we're in. And,
I like his face.
We're making jokes about him a lot, so that's also a good sign.
I mean, they say you can't train your face, but he was born with it, so he didn't have to, you know. But Luke, we also have Toriano and Roppongi Roppongi Vice. It's Rocky Romero and Yo, and they defeated the team of Tomoaki Hanma, Ninja Mac, and the DKC, and that was by like a quick pin, a little sneaky pin. So,
good on you, Yano.
That sure did happen. But JAY and Catch 22, Akira and TJP, they defeated the team of Gato, Robbie X, and Taiji Ishimori. Poor Gato getting pinned over here by Speedfire. I don't like it.
I reckon Gato is such a dude that even if a young lion did join Bullet Club, he'd still book himself to lose.
He would not. He would not do that.
He'd book himself back as manager, chilling out now. He don't have to job as much anymore.
Oh, he's not losing to that guy. You know what I mean? He'd book him as a face just so he could beat him. Just saying. So anyway, then next, Luke, we have an amazing match that I was so happy to see. We had Jado. I mean, he's cool. And Shota Umino, I'm okay with him. He was dressed up like he's going to give out the candy. Oh, wait, is that the next night? No, that's the next night. So anyway, he sure does come out, and he's tagging with Master Wado, who's a fucking man, and they're facing Taichi, Doki, and Sonata. Yeah. And I'm fired up because I heard that Kenny Omega's coming back to New Japan. And I'm just using logic here. You've always booked, Kenny Omega versus like your top worker, your top in-ring talent. Taichi versus Kenny Omega at the Dome. I think there's no doubt about it that's clearly what's happening. You heard it here first, and I just want to let everybody know that's what's going to happen. So anyway, but
I think that's in your fantasy dream book.
It is.
I would absolutely adore that too. That'd be a great match. I'd love to see it.
But this match was fun too because, of course, Just Five Guys get the win. And then they're like, Sonata's like, you know what? Shota Umino starts fighting him. And he goes to the outside and they're fighting on the outside. And Shota Umino ends up like getting him in the skull end on the floor. And he's just like, fuck you, bro. And so they're kind of like amping up the violence, a little bit at a time. Oh, yeah. And this was a big step, big ramp, so I like that. That was great. So now we have Super Junior Tag League matches. This is A block. It's Ichiban Sweet Boys, Kosai Fujita, and Robbie Eagles with Ryuhei Iwa. They defeated the team of Tiger Suicida and Tiger Suicida, of Captain Suicida and Tiger Mask. And man, that has got to stick in your crawl if you're Tiger Mask. Like, I would not be surprised if Tiger Mask, like, he becomes Keishan Tiger Mask and starts fucking with Robbie Eagles, because that is just not cool, man.
He has to tap out to his old tag champ.
Yeah,
because he and Robbie had the tag titles.
Oh my god, why does Gato hate Tiger Mask? I don't know. Probably years of bullshit. Anyway, next week we have Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Sho, and they defeat the team of Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi. And Naito was out there, and this was great. So, like, Naito comes out, and he's with them, and I think this is the one where he gets handcuffed to the ring. So Sho and Kanemaru are like, fuck you, Naito's out here, but he ain't helping you. So basically what they do, they handcuff Naito to the ring, and the crowd's like, oh my god, is Naito okay? And so they go up to the top, to this balcony area. This is another one of those like shopping mall type places or something, or like a high school gym with the balconies on either side. So he, there's all kinds of running up to the balconies. And so what happens is that Sho, he takes Bushi all the way up to the balcony, all right, and he handcuffs him to the railing there. So you got Naito handcuffed to the ring, and you have Bushi handcuffed up on the rail, and Sho Makato is like, oh my god, this is my time. This is my chance to get over. Now, I was assuming, because Ref Chumpy was out here, Marty Asami, this was his chance to join LIJ. This was his chance to get over with Naito, to help out Bushi. But no, it was Sho Makato. Sho Makato, basically the whole thing is you run over, you go, what? Oh my God, you're handcuffed. What do I do? And the only way to open a handcuff is with a key. So Sho Makato has to run to the back, look for the key, and he finally finds it. He runs out. He releases Naito. He releases Bushi. And all of a sudden, we get ourselves a match. And so anyway, that's how Sho and Yoshinari Kanemaru defeated Bushi and Hiromu.
Yeah.
There's interference. Oh yeah. Yujiro showed up too. I forgot.
Yeah.
I got mad. I didn't want to remember that, but he showed up.
I do like the added fun factor of like, all right, like cuffing Naito, but he wasn't going to get involved in the match. Oh wait, you cuffed Bushi up there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you cuffed Naito first, because he would have just gone to free his buddy. Like,
so yeah. Like I was talking about, like who should have been the hero in that moment. You know, I mean, like I was assuming this is Marty's chance to get an LIJ. This is his chance to get over.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, if it wasn't Marty, should have been Sho Makato or maybe somebody else.
Like Murashima, perhaps?
Yeah, or the new crazy young lion.
Daiki Nagai. He's a wild man.
He releases Naito from there and pushes him. He'd never work again, but that would be amazing. So,
fucking hell.
Or spits on him. Oh no. Anyway. Well, so the main event is Taguchi and Dragon Dia versus Drill Maloney and Clark Connors, and they fucking beat the War Dogs. Oh my god, I can't believe that happened.
They kind of had to though, because if War Dogs won that match, like the drama's over. They're through.
That's true. Okay, so because we're late in the tournament already.
Yeah, I had to lose, and
yeah. I thought the match was really fun, and it was great to see, like, Dragon Dia has this like crazy finisher thing. It's like a victory roll type thing, and he's always trying to put it on. It's very similar to the Suplex de la Luna, where it's like, oh, he's not going to get it, or the RPP. Will Watto bust out the RPP in the match? I think he's going to try it. But
it's been a while since we've seen a Doki Bomb as well. By the way,
Doki will be ready. Yeah, he'll be ready for that. Watto won't be ready for the Doki Bomb because you're never ready for the Doki Bomb.
By the way, this is the match where I had the note that Taguchi looks like he's Steve Buscemi from 21 Jump Street. Hanging out with the cool kid Dragon.
Yeah, good call.
But just like I liked that part of I like Steve in that movie, so I like to talk with Taguchi.
I was also really hoping for a spot that match where like fucking War Dogs are like skateboarding. That's for bitches. And then just do a bunch of like skateboard moves, because they're secretly awesome skateboarders.
One of them come out with those fucking scooter things,
Oh man. Well, like, I would think that the War Dogs, like they'd all have hoverboards, right? And then, David Finlay would have the one that like Biff has in Back to the Future 2. That's like connects to all the other hoverboards, and so he's got.
I like you making all these assumptions about Back to the Future in New Japan, and you haven't even put the jet setters in this yet. Like, what's going on? Seems like a crime there. Not allowed.
Yeah, that's true.
We do have Night 6. By the way, before Dia gets his sneaky pin, though, he did get murdered by both guys. So, wow.
Oh, yeah.
So Night 6, we start with one of my favorite young matches for quite a while for the Young Lions. It's Daiki Nagai and Katsuya Murashima versus Sho Makato and Masatora Yusada. Murashima brabs the fuck out of Yusada. And I wonder what happens. Oh, yeah, Daiki Nagai, who was on the winning side, is like, he's fucking walking around like he's the best in the world champion or some shit. And then what does Yusada do once he's kind of recovered from being brabbed out? He goes, fuck, you let's start fucking shoving and pushing each other and shit. And I'm like, I am all for this. Man, this is some Young Lion shit, and I love it.
We didn't mention that they got in a big shoving match, and like one dude was bleeding and all kinds of stuff the night before too. That was amazing. This guy also goes backstage and starts talking shit again.
Can't help himself, dude. Daiki the guy is just like no fucks given. He also doesn't wipe his mouth, so he knows blood looks cool, so he's letting it go.
You made a great point to me, and you're like, "This is what happens when Suzuki's not around."
So. Yeah, right. So Suzuki's gonna come to do like a one-off tag match or something like that, and then he'll just get there early. It's just like, oh, new Young Lions, and suddenly.
Want to train together?
For the next couple of weeks, Daiki the guy is very kind of like withdrawn and well behaved.
Let me show you a hold, kid.
Oh my goodness. So all right, so next we had Tiger Mask, Captain Suicide, and Yano versus Dragon Deer, Taguchi and Honma. Taguchi ass attacks Honma by mistake, which allows Yano to roll Honma up. Oh, so, that made me laugh though. Miscommunication though. Oh, it led to a loss. Oh, uh-oh. Even the vets are doing these now. See, it's catching on. Robbie Eagles, Ryoha Iwa, and Fujita, they wrestle against Sho Kanemaru, and Yujiro. And Iwa does me a solid in building the steps for me becoming a mega fan by beating the shit out of Yujiro and pinning him, which is just what I want to see.
That's good times,
Yeah, absolutely.
I just wish like Yujiro was like a better wrestler, because then when he took moves, it would look better.
Yeah, well, man, that man's been coasting forever, and he's available for every single tour almost.
Somebody
doesn't this motherfucker have any long service leave or some shit like that by now?
Why can't he go to Defy Wrestling and win the title? Come on.
Where's Kenta at? Where apparently Kenta is really pissed off, apparently, because they're comparing Ryoha Iwa to Kenta Kobashi, and Kenta's like, I'm so Kenta Kobashi, like half my name is Kenta Kobashi. See Kenta. But apparently they're having a match on one of the American shows, and I'm like,
Kenta Sato said the same thing. So,
ass to Japan, Mr. Kenta, that would be amazing. And next we had the War Juniors, that's Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney, and with Gato versus Hiromu, Bushi, and Naito. There's triple submissions at the end of this match, and Bushi taps Gato out. But we also get, hey, what happens when Naito's on one side and Gato's on the other side? Oh, yeah, I'm a fuck with your beard, Gato. Man. One day Gato's going to be wise and shave it all off. That way.
Oh, fuck, what? Oh, what a mind fuck.
Dude,
he comes out with
imagine if he shaved it all off and he come out with a fake beard and Yano goes to fuck with it and it just comes right off. And he's like,
comes right off.
And then Naito just Destinos him straight away anyway. So,
Oh, no. I think Gato should at least get one. Like, if he's going to shave for it, he's got to get like one low blow in. Come on. Or eye poke, something.
That's right. I mean, he'll get punished for it anyway for his insolence. But
how dare you look at the joke I made? No,
it's just like, cool story, bro. I'm gonna kick your ass now. And next we had Shooter Umino, Master Wato, and Jado versus Doki Sanada and Taichi. I've loved all of these. I haven't gotten sick of a single time. Doki and Wato.
Shota Umino's low effort, fucking costume, second year in a row.
By the way,
week.
The fucking last few nights before night 6, right? You know what I'm hearing? It's fucking Halloween night. In a couple of days, it's Halloween night tomorrow.
Spooky.
Halloween. Guess what? I don't fucking see. I know, Jet Setters, it doesn't count when you come out Back to the Future stuff. You always do. Fuck off.
Yeah, just because you dressed up like an asshole today doesn't mean you dressed up for Halloween, okay?
Thank you. I like that joke.
Catch your back.
Yay. So, yeah, there's no Halloween shit at all. None of the wrestlers.
There's some, but it's very low effort, and it's Sho coming out with a witch hat on and a little spooky thing that's full of candy, and him and Jado drop the candy all over the place and then give it out to kids so they can get over with kids.
Dude, all right. Can I tell you something about faces? There is nothing less cool than a wrestler that just openly panders to children. Kids, I don't think.
What do you mean, little Hulkamaniacs?
There will be kids. There will be kids who glom onto that. That's fine, but child me and middle-aged me are just like, that's kind of lame. Yeah, I'd rather the Lance Archer approach. Just fucking eat them babies. Everybody dies. Yeah, I know. So I guess it does work to some degree, but it just doesn't work on me, man. Just all right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, dude, the babies, they don't even know what they're watching. Come on. Fuck.
We are not parents.
No, I think that's pretty obvious, isn't it? These two childless people are complaining that wrestlers are pandering to a
like,
pretty sizable chunk of the audience.
Babies, gross.
Motherfuckers.
That's fun.
Yeah, probably one of their bigger demos. I know. I'm a fucking idiot. Anyway, Sonata cold skulls Jardo though, and makes everything right with the universe. Sonata's been doing a bit of that lately.
He's been an asshole lately.
Yeah,
I
actually like Stone Cold kind of dickbag Sonata. I kind of like it. Like, it's good work. I think that's the Taichiness rubbing off on him. Like, you know, you be you, but he's
man. Did you notice? So Taichi, when he left the ring, one of the the roaming camps followed him, and he's like, and then the other one followed him, and he's like, so there was an amazing shot of him going down the aisle, going. They switched to the other camera, but they wait till he turned, and it was fucking amazing. It was so great, man.
Blue Steel.
I love it so much.
Blue Steel every time. Oh my goodness.
He's doing the best. He does the most with so little. I love it.
All right, so we have the first of 3 tournament matches. We got Ninja Mac and the DKC versus Roppongi Revice. Yo just pock and pepper peps in the corner.
Piper Peckle.
He peck pops alone in the corner for ages, and just like
he's doing it with the crowd and with everyone except you.
That's right. That's right. I don't get what demo is he playing towards? What demo is that? It's also not my demo, but probably a very sizable demo that I don't understand. Like
nerds of a different kind, you know, pretentious nerds of a different kind.
All right. Remember when he used to? It was obvious he was choosing the intro music, and he kept changing it because he had the power to do so. And it would be avant-garde, weird jazz stuff. I'm glad Rocky's choosing the theme tune this time around.
I know. I like it. I love hearing the old theme song again because it's such a shitty song, but I love it. It's so bad. It sounds like something that the dude down the street that sells you weed made, and you have to listen to it before you buy the weed. That's what it sounds like. You know, it's so funny.
Don't be mad. Don't piss off your dealer, man.
That's right. Oh, you want to hear my new demo? Absolutely. You know what I mean? I mean, it ain't like that.
Yes, I do.
It's so funny, dude. That's what it reminds me of, anyway.
Like, it might work if you got someone with better voice to do it. It sounds like it's just like
I said the things that I did. I went over here and said the other things that I did. It's that, and then a good hook. The hook is good.
Roppongi. We're hipping and hopping. We're hipping and hopping.
Hipping and hopping. Oh my God. Shout out. That is a deep cut on the Never From podcast. The hipping and the hopping. Holy shit. That's from way back. My goodness.
Oh my goodness. All right. So enough of that tomfoolery. Chumpy's reffing this.
Yeah.
And this match
is messing around.
No, it's an absolute blast. Really fun time with a ninja bomb on Rocky Romero. I wish it was on Yo, but that's fine. And Ninja and DKC celebrate with just like, hey, we might have a shot. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, karate bros. And I'm into it.
I like it. So, Luke, you certainly have all the points collected,
I do.
Right? And you can tell me who has the most points in each block, and we can discuss that one team at a time.
So we'll go for A block. Do you want me to start at the bottom and work our way up?
Sure.
All right. So on 0, and it's not going to surprise you on A Block, is Tiger Mask and Captain Suicide.
Man, ain't that
so
a
this
bitch?
is going to depress Tiger Mask even more.
Jesus Christ, he's gonna be so mad at Yuji Nagata. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They didn't win very much in the World Tag League either, though. So
no, absolutely. And I have done something to it to my computer.
uh-huh.
But there it is. So on 2 points, which is just fucking surprising to me, is Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi. You know how I get annoyed when Hiromu wins a lot? I actually like this would be something different. Give him a tag run at least once. It'd make Bushi happy.
Yeah. Well, and they've already done the whole like he can't win thing with Hiromu. That's like been the entire year of Hiromu. So I guess it continues.
Yeah. Man, I would make the story Bushi just saying in comments straight up, Hiromu's a shit tag partner. And then maybe like they have a bit of a playful blood brotherly kind of go at each other. And then, by the way, remember when Bushi pinned Hiromu this year? It happened. It did. Oh yeah. So yep, Ninja Bomb on Rocky and oh no, yes.
It's how many points?
But we didn't.
Going through points.
We didn't finish the show, which had Jet Setters and the Velocities with Jude London pinning Kushida in a shock victory with the Velocities.
Wow, man!
So I think that's a fucking awesome deal. They pin the champs. Also, can they stick around? Because one of the things I'll want to talk about at the end here is just how much I think we both agree. It's the Junior Strength League, but I think what's added to it is they've actually got a pretty good junior tag division. And if there's teams that look thrown together, that's been part of the fucking story. Or you've seen them kind of be like, hey, we kind of mesh, like, let's go. All right. So, that's yeah. So I hope these two gentlemen stick around because that'd spice up the junior tag division quite nicely. And then our main event, which was I really liked it, and I don't think I mentioned it much next, but I'll talk about it soon. I really like Robbie X. He's been really good in this tournament and a fantastic partner for Ishimori. So I'll talk about him a little bit more soon. But this match is fucking incredible. I have a blast watching this. And no offense to Robbie X and Francesco Akira, two gentlemen I love. But it's kind of magical seeing TJP and Taiji Ishimori just do their veteran thing. Just two vets just making some kind of magic together. It's fucking awesome. And it ends with TJP pinning Taiji Ishimori. So another surprise win there because I guess we're evening up points to make the end kind of more dramatic and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's all of it. That's every single match from all the shows.
All right, so we already talked about Tiger Mask and Suicida. They're at 0 points, and who was
so Bushi, Hiromu on 2. We've talked about them. On 4 points is the surprising team that has been a goofy comedy fun time to watch. Taguchi and Dragon Dia. I feel like they've been. I'm not sure I would have put Sho and Kanemaru and Taguchi Dia on the same block. Because Sho and Kanemaru are going to make it a bit silly fun too in a heel way, but they haven't. But I've really liked Taguchi and Dragon Dia. They've brought the comedy match kind of stuff too. But if they need to do some big match shit, they'll do it. I think Taguchi even won with a Dodon in one of the fucking matches too. Yeah?
He did. Yeah, he hit Bushi with the fucking Dodon. So
damn straight.
I think those guys are great. I want to talk more about them once the tournament is over because I want to see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have Sho. The 3 teams tied at the top spot here in Block A. So the first team, I'll say, is Sho and Yoshinobu Kanemaru, that absolute son of a bitch.
I can't believe they let them bring handcuffs to the ring. Charge that, Chumpy? Come on, Chumpy.
Come on, Chumpy. What are you doing, man? I thought this is always how House of Torture are booked. They're a threat in the tournament, every tournament, and then they won't make the final, and everyone's elated and happy because House of Torture didn't make it to the finals, and everything's all right with everyone in this universe, So this is their shtick. This is how they do it every time, and I feel like it works. And I've really enjoyed the veteran Kanemaru with the sly, cheeky shit show. So I think they're a great little team together, and I've really enjoyed their matches. My favorite of theirs being probably the Bushi and Naito. Oh, he get cuffed, but the LIJ match. Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. Because we want to see House of Torture shenanigans, and we got to see a lot of it in that match.
And some different ones with all kinds of different steps. Like even I was like, wait, why bother cuffing Naito? That's okay. All right, I'll go along with it. And then it pays off because
fart noise. It pays off.
It pays off. Yeah, it's fart noise to me, not to the gentleman involved in that match. So then we got Robbie Eagles and Kosei Fujita also on 6 points. Okay. I like it.
We talked about them a little bit. I think that's a fantastic team, and man, I'd like to see them get to the finals.
Yeah, same.
They're fantastic.
They've definitely got a really cool mentor / trainee kind of vibe, but also really good tag team offense with each other as well. And if it means more Robbie in New Japan, yeah, I'm all for it. Give me that. So, yeah, they've been great to watch. And Robbie Eagles tapping out Tiger Mask to the Ron Miller special made me laugh because they used to be tag
That was unbelievable. Man. I can't believe that.
And just because they were the first of 6, so I'll mention the last in A block. It's the War Juniors, Clark Connors and Driller Maloney, who I just gotta say, I feel like every time they wrestle like they still got them golds, man. They're going out, they're going pretty hard. I like it.
I mean, there's something missing. And that's what it is, but they're going to bring their bodies. I think that we were talking about it earlier. Are they the best junior tag team in New Japan? Like, because they're in the running. Like, it's them, it's Catch 2, it's Jet Setters, right? It's those 3. Yeah. Who's the best one? Well, it could be any of them on whatever night we're watching. So that's a good position for New Japan to be in.
Yeah. And it's rare when the stars align for most promotions where the tag team scene is actually like, whoa, man,
what a great point.
This is fucking good.
That is a fantastic point, because the stars really do have to align for multiple wrestler storylines, regardless of what it is. So that's a great point.
2 nights of nothing but block matches can be absolutely amazing, but one night might be better just because in their own way the stars aligned in a different order and it made it work too. So so the junior tag division's popping off, and you've even got other teams where you'd be happy to see them, like even Sho Kanemaru. There's a tag team you can kind of use for heel shit all the time, all that kind of stuff. Is Robbie X sticking around? I would not mind that. And you've got the Velocities, fucking
new
solid.
People. They filled those, spots that, like, I don't know, other members of United Empire who have, left. They filled spots where those could maybe in the future be filled. Those spots is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. So Gato's decided to melt statisticians' brains with B Block because every single team in B Block has 4
No
points.
shit. Well, I mean, when we do our are we gonna do the tournament thing where we figure out all the points beforehand? What do we call that?
Bracketology.
Yeah, that we're gonna do that, right? Or do we miss our opportunity to do that?
Oh yeah. Well, stay tuned, everyone.
My bad.
Yeah.
Top 10 bracketology points in our best of episode at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's right. It's definitely going to be there. All right, so we'll just start with Paris De Silva and Jude London on 4 points. We've spoken a little bit about them already. I don't know. You do get wrestlers when they debut in Japan, and you're just like, oh, okay, and that's Mr. J-A-Y. Maybe that can change. I hope it does. And then you get other dudes that have a spot in Japan and being like, oh fuck, let's go.
Yeah.
And that's been the Velocities for me.
Well, I think that awesome. A lot of the other wrestlers in the tournament have committed to putting them over. So that's the deal. It's like they all shook hands, like, let's fucking go out there and do it, and they're doing it. I like it.
Makes me feel like maybe they stick around a little bit. I always say that about guys who aren't signed.
It's always that way, though. with new guys. It's like, oh, Ace Austin, man, he's getting, wrestlers are putting him over. He looks great, we never see him again. So
Yeah, I like Chris
never
Bay
know.
in Japan as well. So
It's true.
yeah, they're both in the G1 together, and I think by the end of that, one of them turned and went to, I think it was Ace Austin or something. I can't remember exactly.
Chris Bay went to Bullet Club.
That's right. And also on 4 points is the adorable karate team of the DKC and Ninja Mac. Is this Milano's favorite team? I don't know for sure, but I'm going to assume it is.
He's very, very quiet on DKC these days. Like DKC's got heat with Milano. I don't know what happened, but you heard that here first.
Milano, see, the I'm better at karate mentality with Ninja Mac kind of works. Maybe he pulled that shit with Milano, and Milano's like, all right, fine.
He's like, oh, hold. Okay.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, they've been a super fun tag team to see develop from, and you're right, they're the team that's not going to win. I know they're 3 teams on 4 points, but they're not going to win the tournament, right? So what do? Let's have an on again, off again kind of relationship in the span of this tournament. And the next team is Francesco Akira also and TJP. So yeah, catch 2-2.
Man, are they the best tag team? New Japan Junior tag team? I don't know, because they might be. It's kind of awesome. I like Akira a lot, and I hate seeing him lose, man. I hate it.
Yeah,
it makes me so mad. Like, that just shows you how over he is as a face. So what are we gonna do with that? I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with him, because he could be big. So, we'll see what happens.
I agree. And he sticks around for tours he doesn't necessarily need to stick around for. He was there the whole G1, man. Yeah, putting in the time, getting the practicing, getting the matches. Yeah, sure, losing sometimes.
What was the last tour? He was on the last tour too until he got an injury. That was real.
He's hungry. He's a hungry man. Like, dude wants to fucking work. Like, respect.
I'm glad.
Yeah, me too. The more I see of him, the better. Also on 4, these are the champions, Kushida and Kevin Knight.
Yeah, it's wild. They're the champions.
Yeah, it still is.
I'd rather have War Dogs like just running through people and then being shocked when they lose, that kind of thing. I'd rather see that, But at the same time, I'm not mad. I don't hate Stankley this year.
No. Yeah, it's weird. Like,
I like it,
Almost enough for me to maybe call it the Super Junior Tag League, but
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see how it ends. Yeah.
And then Ibushi come back and win the whole thing, and you're like, motherfuckers! Can't wait.
So I'm going to stop saying also on 4. You already know everyone's on 4. Taiji Ishimori and Robbie X. I remember my little tiny nitpick complaint going like, "Oh, I like this Michael Oka guy. Why couldn't he team Ishimori?" It's like, do you want to see him lose a lot? Yeah, I guess not. Maybe I just didn't 100% click with Robbie X that particular night, or I just clicked with Michael Oka more.
Michael Oku is amazing, and like he's a huge like single star, whereas Robbie X is going to be a very, very. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to sit here and poo-poo him. He's fantastic too, but I don't know that he's going to be your heavyweight champion one day.
No.
Oku could be. So.
Oh yeah, but Robbie X has been impressive this tournament. I've really loved him.
I like him. I love the teamwork. I love it when the heels have better teamwork than the faces. That's so funny, and that is a common thread in New Japan. So
yeah, absolutely. So it's been really cool to watch him over the course of the tournament, being like, man, I'm not just waiting for you to tag Ishimori, and I'm just like, I want to see what you're going to get up to. So yeah, awesome. I'm glad JAY. He's a junior too, is he? I'm glad he's not in the.
Nobody knows.
I don't know.
Good call. Unless that would be the like caveat to get him over, the step that he needed to get to the next level. Then I'm all about it. So
I want him to get over. Don't get me wrong, everyone. I'll rag on all of them, but I want everyone to kind of do their shit good. Why not?
You want them all to win. except
I
for
do.
like 2
I'd be the
guys.
worst booker. Yeah. So that means the last team also on 4. Did that one on purpose. It's Yo and Rocky Romero.
Hey, we've already talked about them ad
Yeah.
nauseum. Tremendous team. I'm digging it big time. You're not, but at the same time, you kind of have to.
I'm not mega hating it though. Like, I've made a few jokes here and there, but I haven't been like particularly. There's no rant.
I mean,
so, yeah, it's been
because
fine.
you kind of can't when they're awesome, right? So,
I mean, even you can't rant when you watch a Goto match and you're like, dude, and you write to me the words, "That was pretty never," and I'm like, yeah, well,
but Goto's unoriginal. He's old.
I do know, like, it hurt your
Bones will
fingers to
shatter.
physically type that though, and you got like a massive migraine.
I had to hand it to a friend. I had to hand my phone to a friend and have him do it. Which was kind of them. I appreciate him being there
Absolutely.
for me.
So yeah, like I feel like you and I went into this knowing that we'd probably enjoy a lot of the junior tag league, but it also would be a bit on the stank side. And we've come out the other side. It's almost finished, and it's been pretty good. Yeah.
I never said it would be stank. Like, it's never stank. World Tag League is stank. All right, it's stank. It always is. There's
like if this is stanky for the juniors, like they're not that.
They're
maybe
awesome.
they're the
yeah.
Sometimes I will say something's stanky, and I mean it like it smells, and other times I'm like, oh, you put the extra stank on that,
right?
And that's good. Maybe that's stank league for the juniors. There you go.
Okay, so it's stank either way. It's stanky for the World Tag League, but it's stanky for the juniors. I got you.
There you go.
I understand. I'm with you.
Yeah. So I've enjoyed. Having said that, like, you always try to temper me going like, Luke, it's tag league. Luke, it's tag league. Relax. Luke, it's tag league. Relax. But so I tried to relax, and I've enjoyed myself. Yeah.
That's right. And that sound means it's time for a yo.
Oh yes.
Wrestler Diary.
That's right. Jay sent this in. Listen to Jay, and all she writes is, "This is tremendous." So, it's episode 145. It's called River and a Rival. August 8, 2024. Rumble, rumble. Oh, there's a photo of Yo. He's looking into a room with a bench and a trash can in it. All right, it's here. Oh, now he's opened the bench up because it's a bench that has, like, you can put shit in it.
Oh, those are
like
cool.
A seated one, yeah. He's looking for something. Rumble, rumble. And then he's leaving the room. Tap, tap, tap. Now he's crossing the street. Now he's crossing the street. Green light too, by the way. Tap, tap, tap. Now he's walking down some steps in towards this park. Tap, tap, tap. Now more park greenery. Now he's holding.
Tapping on?
Now he's holding what looks like a little water scooter. Piara, pew, 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 pew. Now he's holding it in his mouth. So is it a water scooter? What is that? Maybe it's a bubble thing. He's got something. Now he's got it in his mouth. It's it looks like what you would see if someone with asthma, he's got in that position.
It's an inhaler.
Yeah.
Or
flap,
a
flap, flap. Flap, flap, flap. So he's blowing into this thing, and now some dude is flying in. This must be an Olympics gag, and it's someone with, like, I don't know, 2 batons or something in a tracksuit. Flap, flap, flap. Oh, okay. Flap, flap, flap. There you are. It's, oh my God. All right. It's not an Olympics thing, right?
Master Watto?
He's flying down. He's got 2 sticks here. He's flying down. It's Watto. Flap, flap, flap. He's coming down. There you are. He comes in for landing. Smart of him to put a mask on while he's flying. By the way, you don't want to get flies and bugs and shit in your face.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for coming. Oh, it's a canoe paddle or something. All right, or a broom. And then, Yo, he's now. He's now on the back of Master Watto.
What the fuck?
And now Watto's about to fly up. Flap, 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 and they're flying away. Flap, flap, flap. Fly, fly, fly.
Okay.
Flying out, and that's the email.
Do you remember last year we also read a Yo Halloween style one, and it was Watto dressed up like a witch flying around on a broom.
That's right.
So this is a callback, is what's going on here. Is that Master Watto, according to the lore of Yo's diaries, can fly.
That's right.
And
He's
so
looking at the bench in there, but Watto's not in there, you see.
But he heard that noise. He's like, what the fuck's that noise? That's what the tap, tap, tap is. It's a noise of Watto's wings flapping.
Oh, yeah. And he went across to the park. I do like he stressed that before he crossed the crossing, make sure the light is green.
Well, yeah. You always want to follow the law, and you definitely want to record yourself breaking the law.
No. No one's ever done that before.
That's what those dumb streamers do all the time. Just saying.
That's another Yo winner. I know I have opinions on Yo, but his diaries are just entertaining little.
I like his stories as well. I just want to say
stories. I like stories. Yeah, I like stories. Tried to make that sound like Homer. I didn't. I failed. Anyway.
Okay. Well, I failed as well. I just like to say.
Mutual failure.
My worst episode I've ever done. So I'm sorry, folks. Thanks for listening. I'm sorry about that.
I'm not sorry. We're taking it a bit nice and easy. You know, it's towards the end of the year. You know, we've done a lot of shows this year, Mr. Guy. Like a fucking crazy amount.
Yeah, like 60 or 70. So
yeah. So you know, this is our time to be a little bit more lackadaisical about things.
That's right. That's right. We want to be lazy, and we will be.
And daisical.
Both of those things. Oh my and daisical.
Yeah. That's right. You've heard it here first. Podcast. And